In this video, we will see the most important features and configurations which you should know about inside the cursor editor if you are working with this particular editor. So first of all, we will open the cursor settings, and for that we will click on this cursor option which is present on the top left corner, and here we will go to the settings and then we will find this cursor settings. The another way to open the same is through command palette. So if we press command shift and P, so we will have this type of searching option, and here if we search for cursor settings, so this is the one, so we will select this. So here the first one is this VS Code import. So using this option we can import all the settings, extensions and key bindings from the VS Code, and for that we have to just click on this import and click on this confirm here. Now do make a note here that once it is imported it cannot be undone, so be careful for that. For now I'll click on this cancel. Now the next setting is very useful and important. So let's say you are working on a particular project in which you are using one specific language. It can be Python or JavaScript or any other language. So now you can set the rules here which are specific to that particular language. And for this thing, if you want to take reference, then there is one website called cursor.directory where you will find plenty of predefined templates for most of the languages. So this is the website, the cursor.directory, and let's say your project is in Python. So from here you just need to select this Python and you will get plenty of templates specific to Python only. So now you can take reference from any of the template, whichever is more aligned with your own project. So let's say we want to use this one. So we just need to copy this from here and again we will go to the cursor. Now we will paste that here. So this is just for reference, and according to our use case and requirements we should make the modifications in it. So for example, this rule is saying that you are an expert in data analysis, visualization and Jupyter notebook development and so on. So this rule will be applied across all the chats, and according to this particular rule only it will answer to our queries. Now the next is this .cursor rules file. So if we define the rules here like we have just seen, then it will be applied across all the projects whichever we are working in this cursor editor. But let's say we want to define these rules at the project level instead of across all the projects. Then instead of this particular rule, we will create one file with the name of this .cursor rules. Like we will say new file and then .cursor rules, and inside this file we will define our rules, and of course we will have to keep the settings enabled from here. Now the next is this editor settings. So from here you can do settings related to editor like font, autosave, word wrap, etc. And if you want to configure or make changes in the existing keyboard shortcuts, then this is the place from where you can do so. Now again I will go to the cursor settings. Now the next is this privacy mode, which is another important setting in cursor which we can enable or disable from here. So if you keep this disabled, then whatever code you write in this editor or whatever prompts you ask in the chat or the composer options, all the data will be shared with these guys, which they will use to improve this cursor editor. But in case you do not want to share your data with them, then you will have to keep this enabled. And this is an important setting because when we install this cursor, then it will remain disabled by default. So either you can enable this during the installation or from here. Now if I click on this models option, we will see all the models which are supported by cursor. So here you would see the Cloud A 3.5, then Opus, Haiku, then Cursor Small which is provided by Cursor, then 3.5 Turbo, 4.0 Mini. So plenty of models are present here. And from here you can enable or disable these models. And from this option even you can add your own model as well. And from here you will put your API keys. So OpenAI API key or the Anthropic, Google or even the Azure API key you can put here. Now let's click on these features. So first of all we have this cursor tab feature which you can enable or disable from here. And if we enable this, then it will suggest the changes whenever we will type anything in this editor, and we just need to press the tab to accept those suggestions. Then there are chat and composer related settings, and the next is codebase indexing. So because of this indexing only, this cursor AI understands our entire code of the project, and because of that only it gives better responses to our prompts. And another thing to note here is that these embeddings and metadata are not stored in our local, they are stored in the cloud. And then there are some more basic settings which you can enable or disable according to your use case. But majorly these were the settings which will be very useful while working with this Cursor AI editor. Now in the upcoming video we will do some hands-on around the chat and the composer functionalities. So if you are interested in these things, then do subscribe the channel and do hit the like button if this video was useful to you.